So, what drives you? Do you ever ask that question? I mean, really drives you. Something deep inside you that causes. I believe it's in our innate DNA to live our lives as authentically as we can. And to live our lives authentically as we can, it's the constant pursuit to return to oneness. It's like we're an energy, a ball that's been bound. And because it's been bound tighter than it needs to be, that impulse within us is pushing out. And that pushing out is that desire to experience our greatness, our greaterness, to return to the awareness of oneness. That what is that awareness of oneness? It's a state of love. It's the state of non-judgment. Because if you truly embodied the idea that you are one, you wouldn't judge because there's nothing to judge against. This is the fallacy that the dogma of a lot of religions do, is they say that God judges you. That's just a big out and out flat lie. And you're looking at me saying, what the hell are you talking about, Lee? Well, everything that I've ever read is that God is described as love. And guess what? Judgment is the exact opposite of love. So if there is this supreme intelligence, universal mind, infinite mind, spirit, it is loving, meaning it is accepting everything as it is, because it created everything as it is. It created everything out of itself, so everything is created out of infinite. Its mind is the only mind that exists, and therefore you and I are a part of that infinite mind. And what's in that infinite mind is available to you and I if we open to receive it. But because we've been domesticated into believing that we're separate. And think about that domestication. Look at the world today and see how the world is dividing us more and more by sex, by politics, by religion, by color, by ethnicity, you name it, by restaurant you go to. What's your favorite restaurant? Well, you don't go to my favorite restaurant. It's all about division. What are relationships now? If you don't please me, well, then you don't love me. Well, that's not a love relationship. That's why there's so many friggin' problems in relationships today. Because you're expecting the other person to be there for your beck and call and to change for you, to make you happy. That's not where your happiness comes from. Your happiness comes from inside of you, because that's the only place it can come. Until you love yourself, you can't be in a loving relationship. Your relationship will be conditional. It will be, as the term today is, codependent, and it never ends well. One of the things that I understand about this authentic self, it wants the freedom to be itself. Every human being on the planet wants to be free to be themselves. They'll sacrifice that freedom for a while, but eventually they return to it. And so let's just think about yourself. Have you ever been in a relationship where you didn't feel free, where you were being controlled, where you were being told what to do? You were being told, you're not doing enough to please me. I don't know that you love me. Your partner will never know that you love them, ever, because the only love they can experience is the love they give themselves. That's the only love we experience, because only we see, feel, sense, and know what we experience. And what is it that feels it? What is it that's in you that feels love? It's not your body. Your body's just sensations. It's not your mind. Your ego's just trying to control. What is that level of awareness that's in you that knows love? That's the question to explore. And when you get that, you'll understand what drives you. But sometimes it takes time to come to the realization. that you're so much more than this body and you're so much more than this mind. You're the divine, individualized, whole, perfect, and yet unique. But you're still a part of the one, and you always will be. Live that way, love that way, and make this your best day ever. Much love.